Church of the Brazos Valley. My name is Reverend Carrie Hartwood, and my pronouns are she, they. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This morning I am the worship associate, and we're going to sing a song that you might be familiar with, but it's not in the hymnal. Let the way be open, and that's your part. And it goes, sing with my voice, pray with my hands, let the way be open. Sing with my voice, pray with my hands, let the way be open. You sing it back to me. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Brazos Valley, UUCBV, or Brazos UU for short. My name is Reverend Kaya, and my pronouns are she, they. Deja vu. We are a welcoming congregation, which means we celebrate and welcome all people of diverse sexual orientations and gender identities. We also strive to welcome people across diversities of race, age, ability, immigration status, and belief. We are also a congregation working for reproductive justice. So, whoever you are, wherever you have come from, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. We're so honored to have Seminarian Carrie, Holley-Hurt, here with us again today.
Good morning. I'm so honored to be with y'all again. I want to do a call to worship using the words of Aurora Belden's-Morales.
Eat it.
Say these words when you lie down and when you rise up, when you go out and when you return, in times of mourning and in times of joy. Inscribe them on your doorpost, embroider them on your garments, tattoo them on your shoulders. Teach them to your children, your neighbors, your enemies. Recite them in your sleep. Here in the cruel shadow of empire, another world is possible. Imagine winning. This is your sacred task. This is your power. Imagine every detail of winning, the exact smell of a summer day in which no one has been shot. The muscles you have never unclenched from worry, gone soft as a newborn. The sparkling taste of food when we know that no one on earth is hungry. That the beggars are fed, that the old man under the bridge, and the woman wrapping herself in thin sheets in the back seat of the car, and the children who suck on stones, now nest under a flock of roofs that keep multiplying their shelter. Lean with all your being towards the day when the poor of the world shake down a rain of good fortune out of the heavy clouds, and justice rolls down like water. Defend the world in which we win as if it were your child. It is your child. Defend it as if it was your lover. It is your lover. When you inhale and when you exhale breath, the possibility of another world into the 37.2 trillion cells of your body until it shines with hope. Then imagine war. Imagine violence is unimaginable. Imagine war is a scarcely credible rumor. That the crime of our age, the grotesque inhumanity of greed, the sheer and astounding shamelessness of it, the vast fortunes made by stealing lives, the horrible normalcy it has become, is unimaginable to our heirs, the generation of the free. Don't waver. Don't let despair sink its sharp teeth into the throat in which you sing. Escalate your dreams. Make them burn so fiercely that you can follow them into any dark alley of history and not lose your way. Make them burn clear as a starry drinking gourd over the grim fog of the exhaustion. And keep walking. Hold hands, share water, keep imagining, so that we and the children of our children's children may live.
We're going to light the chalice now, but I forget who you said was going to do it. Oh, hooray. Do you need a stool, or are you good? We light the chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, as a beacon of hope for all who seek justice, dignity, and compassion, and in celebration of the life, truth, and meaning we share together. Now, all please join me in saying our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. If you look in your under your seat, there's the black hymnal, the Living Tradition, and we're singing number 34, Though I May Speak with Bravest Fire.
Though
As Unitarian Universalists, we celebrate that there is a spark of the divine in every being, especially all y'all. And this is your great opportunity to say howdy to other sacred spaces within everyone in this room, especially the people you don't know their names yet, or they haven't quite got their name tag thing going on. So please take a chance to say hello to people. Make a special effort to know everybody's name who's younger than you, everybody's name who's older than you. And I will let you know when it's over. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Allison and I use she, her pronouns, and every week I tell a story that is for all ages. Whether you are tiny little babies napping or you are older grown folk who might want to be napping, this story is going to be something that you can find hopeful. And it's called Little Mole Finds Hope. And it's by Glennis Nellis. And I believe that the images will be on the screen of the illustrations if you'd like to look at them. Little Mole was sad. He lay in his burrow deep underground and put his head in his paws. Little Mole, whatever's wrong? Asked Mama. I don't know, Mama, sniffed Little Mole, but I don't feel good inside. I'm sad. What you need is hope, Mama said. Hope? What's hope? Where do I find it? Little Mole asked. Come with me, Mama said, and she took hold of Little Mole's paw. Sometimes hope is hiding in the darkness. Sometimes it's hard to find, but it's always there. You just have to find it. Mama Mole led her son gently out of the dark burrow up toward the light. But on their way out of the tunnel, Mama stopped. Do you see this little bulb, Little Mole? She asked. Mama pointed to a bulb squashed in the dark earth. It was brown, wrinkled, and lifeless. It's dead, Mama, said Little Mole. No, my dear, Mama whispered softly. This bulb is not dead. Sometime soon it will feel the warmth of the sun. It will begin to grow and push its way out of the deep, cold earth. One day, this bulb will become a beautiful yellow daffodil. Close your eyes, little mole. Can you see it dancing in the wind? Yes, Mama, cried little mole. I see it, I see it. That is hope, Mama said. Little mole and Mama reached the top of the burrow where the sun was shining. Look up, little mole, Mama said. What do you see? Little mole looked up. He saw woodpeckers sitting in the trees, but the branches were bare. They stretched out like skeleton bones silhouetted against the sky. They're dead, Mama, said little mole. No, my dear, Mama whispered softly. The trees are not dead. One day soon, buds will appear and these branches will be covered in bright green leaves. Close your eyes, little mole. Can you see them dancing in the wind? Yes, Mama, cried little mole. I can see them, I see them. That is hope, Mama said. Little mole and his Mama scurried along the edge of the woods until they came to Mr. Rabbit's garden. An old brown flower pot was lying on its side in the soil. Under the rim, something small and shriveled was hanging. It's dead, Mama, said little mole. Oh, my dear, Mama whispered softly. This chrysalis is not dead. One day soon, the butterfly growing inside will burst out of her shell. She will spread her wings and fly free among the flowers. Close your eyes, little mole, said Mama. Can you see her dancing in the wind? Yes, Mama, cried little mole. I see her, I see her. That is hope, Mama said. Little mole and his Mama went home. I had a wonderful day today, Mama, little mole said happily. Now I know there's always hope, even in some of the darkest places. Mama smiled as she tucked little mole into bed, pulled his quilt up under his chin and kissed him goodnight. And little mole closed his eyes and fell asleep, dreaming of yellow daffodils, green trees, and beautiful butterflies dancing together in the wind. I wonder where you will find some hope this week. Now I invite all of my younger UUs to the back of the sanctuary to go to religious education.
This little love, I'm gonna let her shine.
So, because I didn't grow up in UU, I went a long time sleeping in on Sundays, not calculating annual pledges, and not going to congregational meetings. And then I became a UU and all that changed. And it's good because I became a part of a community of like-hearted people, and I'm connected to amazing folks like y'all. And in this crazy, mixed up socio-political landscape we live in, I have a lot more hope than I did when I was on my own. I'm so grateful. But sometimes I wonder, what makes us different than a social club? Because I could find meaning and connection in a social club, and I probably could sleep in on a Sunday. I want more from my religion. I think we should all expect more from our religion than a social club has to offer. I think religion should do two things for us. First, I think it should motivate us to do the important work of love. And with beloved community as our core, this looks like working to get ourselves free and then working to remove barriers so others can have the same. Secondly, our religion should hold us. Through tough and scary times, our religion should hold us. It should comfort us while also giving us renewal, rest, energy for all that important work we do. And I think that that's what our religion can do for us. But we often get out of balance. I, for one, am totally guilty of being really motivated to act, but very rarely allowing this beautiful religion to comfort me, to give me energy. And I need that comfort, that energy, because y'all, things are not great. And often they're very overwhelming. We have many tools in our religion that I think will do this for us, to both motivate us and to hold us. But right now, what I'm really connected to is this idea of utopian thinking. So let me establish what I mean when I say utopian thinking. I am not talking about those utopian thinkings that led to those communes in the 19th century. You know, the ones that like pop up on the History Channel every once in a while, that inevitably fell because of sex or money, or sex and money. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the thinking that says the way things are not the way they have to be. As that beautiful piece that I read by Aurora Levines Morales said, another world is possible. A world that is more just, more compassionate, and more loving. That's possible. That's the core of our religion. And it makes sense to me that we'd be a people that said, another world's possible and I don't like this one, because we are a contrarian people. And we have been for our entire history. Just think about it. Early Unitarians in a sea of Trinitarians, often at great risk to themselves, would say, I don't find that in my text. Or Universalists would say, I understand that hell's a really effective marketing tool, but why would a loving God ever? And in a time when the entire economy of the United States was fueled by the trafficking, imprisonment, and forced labor of human beings, our Unitarian and Universalist forebears who were abolitionists said, it doesn't have to be this way. Suffragists said, it doesn't have to be this way. Those fighting Jim Crow said, it doesn't have to be this way. Those fighting for queer rights said, it doesn't have to be this way. And when we speak about beloved community, we are also saying, it doesn't have to be this way. That no one needs to be starving and being murdered in Gaza. That no one is being cut up by razor wire at the border. No trans kid is being murdered. No one's unhoused. No one is abused. No one is neglected. No one is abandoned. It doesn't have to be this way. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about utopian thinking. It's a beautiful thing. And certainly many would tell us we're crazy or naive. And I would just tell them, try being a Unitarian Universalist in Texas. Utopian thinking is paramount to our survival. And it's not naive. It's not naive to think that how things are is how they have to be. Rutger Bregman, a Dutch historian, said, I've always believed in the power of utopian thinking. Every milestone of civilization, the end of slavery, democracy, equal rights, these were all utopian fantasies once, until they happened. That's why I think that history is actually the most subversive discipline of all the social sciences, because history shows us that things can be different. They don't have to be this way. We can change them. We have to believe in the power of hope. If you're actually hopeful for the future, then you know you've got to do something. Y'all, that's us. And that's because utopian thinking is at the core of us. It's our superpower. It's also another way of looking at time, at our purpose, and our place, and putting it in the larger scheme of things. For example, when we talk about beloved community, this bigger, huge utopian idea, we know that what we're doing is planting seeds for a forest we will never see. And yet we do the work. And in the planting of those seeds, we bring the power of utopian thinking into the here and now. When we go down to witness what's happening at the border, when we use our sacred spaces as sanctuaries for asylum seekers, when we send, like your kids did not too long ago, Valentines to migrant workers, when we make our churches opening and loving spaces for people who are targeted for oppression and marginalization, when we show up to places of power and tell them another world is possible, we are bringing that utopian thinking down into the here and now, into the hearts of people here and now. It's powerful stuff, and it's fundamental to us as a people of a liberating faith. But how do we make sure to utilize this? I'm a pretty pragmatic person, so I like to say nice things, but then I'm like, but they don't really matter if they don't have legs, right? I think that we need to treat utopian thinking as a spiritual practice. And I mean that with all the intention and discipline we would give to any spiritual practice. We need to spend time envisioning what is possible. What would it actually look like if we treated everyone as if they were full of inherent worth and dignity? If we lived and worked and spoke like everyone and everything is interconnected? What would happen if we used our holy imaginations to imagine a different world? I think we have to do that. And more importantly, we have to do that in community. Because in community, we grow each other's understanding of the world. We help each other grow in how we see what our needs are, what our experiences are. We are open to the diversity of lived experiences, to the diversity of needs. And in doing this, in opening up ourselves to a deeper and richer understanding, we can envision a deeper and richer reality. And then once we have that beautiful vision, we have to nourish it and nourish ourselves. We have to counteract the pervasive messages of sameness, of the status quo, that saying that things are how they are because it's just the nature of things. Rutger Bregman said, "There's nothing inherent about our culture, our current political, economic, or social realities. People made those systems, and they can be made anew. To envision something novel, read more history and less news. There's nothing as anti-utopian as the product that we call news." I'm going to pause for a disclaimer because I'm still up for the MFC. I don't think he's talking about burying our heads in the sand or being uninformed, and I'm pretty sure he would find no problem with NPR or Rachel Maddow. Okay, I'll go back to his quote. What he does say is to not let ourselves get caught up in this sensationalist daily news cycle, because it can constrict your ability to see the world as anything but dangerous, violent, and mean. So we have to nourish our vision. We need to think about where we are placing our energy and our focus. What are we doing to combat this pervasive message of the status quo? What art are we interacting with? What art are we making? Art opens us up to possibility and different ways of seeing and experiencing the world. Are we reading poetry? Are we letting Amanda Gordon or Mary Oliver or Maya Angelou mirror our humanity while inspiring us to hope? Are we writing poetry? Are we taking our pain and our hope and our vision for the future and turning it into art on the page? What music are you allowing to flow into you, to flow out of you? Who are we spending time listening to? Nothing will help to pull me out of my Hobbesian notion of human nature being anything but nasty, brutish, and short. Like a 5-year-old who asked me what my third favorite dinosaur is. Or the way that I see high schoolers using their voice in defense of each other to protest injustices. They nourish me. And we're not going to nourish our utopian thinking by living on a constant diet of the status quo. We just won't. Like every spiritual practice, we must be intentional and disciplined about what we take in. And finally, we have to let utopian thinking nourish us. So often, I think that we, as UUs, feel as if we're just supposed to do it. Just do it, go fight the good fight. And yes, please do that. Please continue to fight the good fight. But if we don't let ourselves be held, if we don't let ourselves be nourished, that's not sustainable. Let it nourish us in the way that it anchors us to hope. Let it nourish us in the way it anchors us to the past and the present and the future, to the entire arc of the moral universe. In this, we will help to stop seeing every election, every bill, every bad thing as the next apocalypse. Because we will see the full expanse of our work. We will see the ways our actions are connected to the larger web that holds us all. Let it comfort us, strengthen us, and give us the energy for this beautiful life we are called to in this precious work. May it remind us that we are people not of despair, but of hope. May it always be so.
Now, if you look in the hymnal at number 188, we're going to sing a round version of Come, Come, Whoever You Are, which is by Rumi, 12th century Islamic poet. You all know this one? Excellent. Darby, you want to lead a part? You want to do that side? Y'all stay with me over here. the seminary at Star King. And one of the part that everybody loves who's a seminarian is they sing this part. They go, though I've broken my vows 1,000 times, though I've broken my vows 1,000 times. Whoever you are, one worship. Now let an offering be taken after I tell you all the announcements. So, General Assembly table in the Fellowship Hall after church. You can go talk to Brian about General Assembly. General Assembly happens every year. It's every other year now that it happens in person. And so we are recruiting actively for people to represent our church on the online version this summer in June. It's always in June. And Brian will tell you everything you want to know about it. And if you need help paying to go on Zoom, please let me know. We will help you pay for it. The Garden Gurus, are you the Garden Gurus here? Raise your hands if you're a Garden Guru. All right, the Garden Gurus are collecting ideas during coffee hour today to find the sticky notes to add your own ideas on the bulletin board. It says UUCBV or UUA, that bulletin board. There is a special square that's just got sticky notes about ideas for the property. So if you have an idea about what you'd like to see growing out here, we've already planted some bulbs that are coming up. Please notice them. We're proud of them. And that's going to happen very soon. They're going to burst because we have utopian thinking, right? All right. The UUWF retreat. Kathy has written me a thing. Here we go. Our UUFW retreat at Camp Allen, March 15th through 17th, has vacancies due to cancellations. The rooms are open as early as 3 p.m. on Friday, and supper is at 6:30. We gather in the master suite before supper. The retreat ends after lunch on Sunday. One-night reservations are available, or day-only reservations can be made. Please contact Kathy Wheeler or Katie Womack for more information. You do not have to be a UUWF member to attend our retreat. It is a good time. It's had by all. And it's beautiful out there. Go check it out. Okay. Now let an offering be taken to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us. A community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. This church shares the proceeds of the offering plate donation every week to help support important nonprofit organizations with which we work. The four groups we supported with this year's donations are the African American Museum, Brazos Valley Blessings, the Pride Center, and the Brazos Mobile Food Pantry. We vote on this every May at our congregational meeting, which is May 19th, in case you care. Okay, please be as generous as you can. We do accept Venmo, UUCWF. That's wrong. UUCBV. I'm challenged about letters. Yeah, you all know. And if you can't remember, the QR codes are hanging up around the church. But now Molly's going to sing you a Nick Mulvey song, and Darby and I are going to back her up. Woo-hoo! Guys, can you give me a little bit more monitor on the guitar, please? We give thanks for these gifts that we have been given. Blessings on you as givers. May your generosity return to you tenfold. Now please please join me in extinguishing the chalice. I understand that Carolyn doesn't like it when I blow it out. God is helping me. Thank you. All right. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we gather together again. Remember the way